All right, class. So starting with week one. So going to content, well, I guess you've gotten this far if you're watching this video. But week one, there is a checklist here. So go through each item on the checklist. It's going to start with reviewing the slides and watching this video. So looking at the slides, like I said in class, I'm not going to necessarily explain every single slide. Some of them you can, well, some of them are self-explanatory, I should just say that. Um, the ones I'm going to spend more time on are the slides that I think need more explanation. So, this is an overview of professional selling. Along with this, you're going to do a class activity. So you could actually watch the video if you want to pause it here and do the class activity kind of simultaneously, having the video play in the background because it's also going to show you the slides. So we're going to use something called Nearpod. It's of no cost to you, but it's just a way to be interactive and type in answers and give your opinion. I use it in class, but you can also use it self-paced for students. So you'll go to nearpod.com, you'll copy this code, and so I've got Nearpod already pulled up. And all you'll do is enter a code in this join a lesson. So I've entered the code. And then I'm going to type in my full name. And I want you to type in your full name because this is how I'm going to get credit from or be able to give you credit from the report that I can pull. So I'm going to join the lesson and you're going to see the similar slides. So agenda, in-class exercise is going to look a little bit, but overview of the professional selling profession. So then it's going to ask me questions. So the question, what is sales? And so then I'm going to type in whatever, this is what sales is to me. And type in whatever your answer is, submit it, and then it's going to go on to the next slide. And there are multiple questions throughout this, so make sure you answer all of them. But just to begin with, why care about, I'm sorry, both my dogs are sleeping and they snore. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Okay. So why should you care about sales? Because you're going to sell something, whether that's your primary job or it's a part of your responsibilities. Whether that's, as you can see here, an idea, a product, an interview. And it's really important for College of Business graduates because 82% of marketing majors, their first job is in sales. That was me. And 66% of just College of Business students. There's also a shortage of qualified salespeople. And by qualified, that means well-trained salespeople, like the training that you're going to get through this course. So you can read this statistics, but how many people work in sales? And so you can go through and you can see a lot. And this statistic is almost 10 years old and it's growing. These jobs are growing. And so you can see here, this book came out in 2012. It predicted 2 million new jobs by 2020. So again, read the stats on here. Overall picture is a lot of us are in sales. So I'm going to switch back over to the regular slides. So What is professional selling? So the definition of a relationship perspective is interpersonal communication process where a seller is going to uncover and then satisfy the needs, wants of the prospect for a mutual long-term benefit on both parties' sides. Some really key components of need satisfaction, relationship selling, professional selling, those are all interchangeable, are that it's going to be based on your customer's needs. And knowing that customers buy benefits, and benefits are solutions to a problem. And the salesperson is going to use strategic questioning to uncover needs. And we'll get to that. That's part of the sales process. The customer is also going to be a lot more involved. So there's something called transactional selling where essentially just a transaction takes place. That's not what we're going to be practicing. What we're going to be practicing is relationship-based selling where there's this long-term relationship where you learn more about the customer and the customer's more involved. Not just for one personality, and it's part science and part art. So the science part of selling is that actual sales process, the sequential steps that we go through. The art is you. What do you add to it? What about your personality, the way that you speak, the way you make people feel comfortable, your communication? And in order to learn this, we're going to practice it. How do we do that? Through role plays. And I'll let you pull up this video on your own, but it's a great, funny video. So why would someone want a career in sales? Here are some different reasons. Things about the virtual office. What are different paths you can take? Well, generally you start out as a trainee, move into a salesperson, but from there you can see, you can really go all over the place, all the way up to a CEO. One thing that I've always learned, and I learned when working for a company that's now GM Financial, is one, I worked as a salesperson. Then when I moved to selling to institutional investors, they wanted to know, like, what do you guys really do? Well, as a salesperson, I was doing what we really did. So it was very easy for me to explain to an investor, here's what, here's how we're bringing in money. Here's what our salespeople are doing. Because I was one. Here's some different job examples that you can go through. And then the evolution of selling, it basically goes from snake oil, selling something fake, tricking someone, to more transactional based, where I'm just trying to sell something, not trying to build a relationship, to more strategic and relational. So I'm going to stop this video right here. And then I'm going to pick up with this transition to relationship selling.